me see here. Oh gosh. Keeps not going into the right chat. What the heck is going on? Oh, now it says excellent. But is this the right chat? Yeah. Okay, for some reason it's not showing. Okay, now it's showing up on this one. And I don't scare you with my eye. It doesn't hurt at all. It's just, I don't know what happened. I broke a blood vessel in it or something. Never happened to me before. But last night when I was sleeping, I had a weird, felt like something was stuck on me or something. I don't know what it was. And when I woke up, my eye was like that. But it doesn't hurt at all. At all. It's not tearing. It doesn't hurt at all. So, and it's not sensitive to light or anything. I don't know what happened. Don't know what happened to it. But we're home from the city. I got in my cozies. Did a lot of stuff today. Oh my gosh. Let's see. Picked up Michael and Gia. And then we went down to the city. Then what did we do? We got into Penn Station. From Penn Station, we went to... Did we get on another train? We did get on another train. We got on another train. First we went out at Penn Station. Then we went back in and went towards Bryant Park. Then we went to Rockefeller Center. Then we went to St. Patrick's Cathedral. Then we went... Rockefeller Center, St. Patrick's Cathedral, by the MoMA, went to the Plaza, Trump Tower, Tiffany, Louis Vuitton, Dolce & Gabbana. Where else did we go? Dolce & Gabbana. I'm trying to think where else we went. Saks Fifth Avenue, Hi White Angel. Where else did we go? Then from there, let me see. Lorenzo was at the library. Then we went to dinner, and I don't even know where that. It was in Manhattan. It was right off of Fifth Avenue. Then after that, we had to go on the trains again to Broadway, and we saw Hell's Kitchen at the Schubert Theater. Schubert Theater. That was really good. A couple parts made you cry. Then after that, we went back to Penn Station, and we said goodbye to Lorenzo. That was so sad. It really was. She's like, you look like you're going to cry. You look like you're going to cry. My daughter's going to do something with him tomorrow because he's staying in the city. He's got like this 4-star hotel looking at the Empire State Building. So they're going to see some choir, or so, I don't know what. He's got everything set up. I don't know what they're going to see. Ethan will probably go with them too. And what else? He told me, always remember, never forget this. Gave me a big hug. I told him I'll be in Italy. Luke said, we'll be in Italy. We're coming to Italy. He said that hotel is yours. It's always open for you. So we will go there. He also said he's going to give me all of his videos that he's taken over the last 2 months, and he said post them to your YouTube channel. He takes amazing videos. Amazing. I told him that you guys want to have an interview with him, and he's like, why? I said, I don't know, they just want to know about, why you have, how you feel about being in America and everything. So, it was nice. Hello, White Angel. I'm not going to stay on that long. I haven't checked. I haven't been on social media. I only know about, of course, the strike on Venezuela and the aftermath of that. So I'll take a little look. Brett Hannah Shuford, Broadway alum and influencer, dies at 46 amid treatment for a rare cancer. Thanks. Tragedy at Disney World after a body is found at Disney Springs. Massive recall for brands like Purina and Tylenol, right? "93-year-old turns himself in after allegedly fatally shooting spouse in a Fremont parking lot." 93 years old. And you're going to go to prison. Crazy, right? Brian Coberger's sister Mel breaks her silence. Wow, what is that about? Let's see what that about. What's that about? His sister's talking? Yeah. Let's see. Let's see what's going on. Brian Coberger's sister Mel Coberger broke her silence in a new interview. It was published in the New York Times on January 3rd. Interesting. She said that her family had no clue that Brian was the killer, and even recalled reaching out to tell him to be careful after learning of the November 13th, 2022 murders. Mel also revealed she had to leave her job in the wake of the murders after her employer received an influx of inquiries. In the 3 years since, his family has stayed largely silent, and now one of his sisters is speaking out. Mel Coberger, one of his two sisters, broke her silence on Brian. While she did not discuss the crime, she spoke about her childhood with Brian. And she spoke about her family's lives since his confession and more. After learning of the murders, she reached out to her brother to tell him to be careful. She said, "Brian, you are running outside and this psycho killer is on the loose." In response, she said he told her he would stay safe and thanked her for her worry. She said that Brian was socially awkward, occasionally abrasive, and prone to arguments with her. but she said she never saw him be violent. And she told of an instance in which he held her hands back to de-escalate a fight between them. Her parents, Marianne and Michael, taught herself, Brian, and their sister, Amanda, to be loyal, self-reliant, and put others' needs ahead of their own. Let's see. Okay, when the police broke into the parents' house in Pennsylvania that night to arrest Brian, she learned of the arrest through Amanda. She thought it may have been a prank at first and then became nauseated. She was like, I'm with the FBI. Brian's been arrested. I was like, for what? She also focused on the impact being thrust into the national spotlight had on her, particularly given the true crime culture of today. At the time of Brian's arrest, Mel was in the training stage of a position as a mental health counselor, which she agreed to leave after her employer received an influx of inquiries. People on the internet also found and dissected footage of Amanda acting in a 2011 horror movie that featured stabbings. Someone had even used the name Melissa J. Coberger to publish a book about the case, seeming to capitalize on the murders using Mel's likeness. Mel described this as confusing and painful. It's like being victimized, but not really being a victim, she said. Others theorized that the Cobergers had long known that Brian had killed the students, which Mel shut down in the interview. She said, I have always been a person who has spoken up for what's right. If I ever had a reason to believe my brother did anything, I would have turned him in. She also said prior to the murder, she and her family had pride in Brian for becoming a doctoral candidate in criminology program at Washington State University in the wake of the adversity he faced. He has dealt with bullying growing up, as well as heroin addiction. We were all so proud of him because he had overcome so much. She also offered insight into the Coberger family, explaining that they feel grief that Brian cannot be with them during the holidays. But this line of thinking would quickly turn to thinking instead of the families of his victims and their pain. The idea is making me so emotional I can barely speak to you about it, she said through tears. She also shared regret about her own past as a true crime fan, since being thrust into one of the biggest crime news stories in recent history. And it's human nature to be curious about darker things. That's how we keep ourselves safe. But I think we should try and come together for a true crime culture that is way more protective and empathetic to the families of the victims. Let's see what else. Oh. Let me just make sure that. Where the heck are you guys? Oh, yeah, Lorenzo. Yeah, Lorenzo's been doing a lot of stuff. Super chat. Yes, so Lorenzo has seen almost everything there is to see in the city. Yep, Statue of Liberty, Ellis Island, the Rockettes, the MoMA, the library, lots of other museums. Yeah, he's been all around. Now that we took him to that Broadway show, he goes, I want to see every other show there. He loved it. Oh my gosh, he loved it. Loved it. Hi, Twisted. You can see me. I mean, you can hear me, right? Let me make sure. Yes, good. Okay. Oh boy. So that's about Coberger, huh? Arrests made at a campsite of religious group who believes leader is Jesus Christ incarnated. I'm so tired. I still haven't found out who killed that dentist and his wife. Unbelievable, huh? Oh, Manischewitz. I am so freaking sore right now. Okay. This looks like exactly what I have. Oh, goodness. Okay, let's look at, I guess, Venezuela, right? So let's see. Maduro. We could have been filming live at Stewart Air Force Base. It's so crazy. So let's see what's happened, right? Big thing overnight. You probably all have been, right? There were strikes, and the president and his wife captured and brought here to face justice. So let's see, Maduro's on U.S. soil. Hold on, let me get... I'm going to just change the graphic that's up there because captured Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro is being held at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. That's the same one Diddy was in. Okay, I know there were earlier reports that he was being taken to Rikers, and no, he's in the Southern District of New York, and that they keep them in that Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. So, president's plan is that the United States will run the country until a judicious transition can happen. He said the U.S. will seize Venezuela's massive oil reserves as well. And the Venezuela Supreme Court has directed Vice President Delcy Rodriguez to assume the powers and duties of acting president. Meanwhile, opposition leader Maria Corina Machado has called for an opposition candidate to assume power. Venezuelans across the country and abroad have expressed joy and hope. But also apprehension and anxiety. Flights through the Caribbean airspace were set to resume from midnight Eastern Time after a large part of it was closed after the strike. Some airlines say they plan to restart service by Sunday. China calls on the United States to immediately release the Venezuelan president and his wife, and to cease its efforts to subvert the Venezuelan regime and resolve the issue through dialogue and negotiation. And that's a statement from Beijing's foreign ministry. Okay, so here they are landing in New York. New York. Oh, we started just singing in the street in Manhattan. We started singing New York, New York, because the pedicabs were having that on, but and we also did the Alecia Keys right when we came out of there. We started singing, New York. These streets will make you feel brand new, right? These lights will inspire. Well, yeah, we didn't care. I was actually the first one to do it, and then everybody just started. Gia started, I started, Lorenzo, Jimmy. Had a good time. Okay, so this is the helicopter. Jimmy, that's really loud. Jimmy? 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 What? That's really loud. He can't even hear me. He's so loud he can't hear me. Wow, that was loud. Let's see. So they had stopped flights around the Caribbean. My kids are going on Monday. So, let's see. The United States plan to run Venezuela. Will be a complicated task given the local political situation and the potential security risks. Let's see. Starlink says it's providing free broadband to Venezuela until February 3rd. What else is happening? Flights set to resume over the Caribbean from midnight Eastern Time. What else we have here? Anything else? Top defense lawyers are already angling to represent Maduro. Helicopter believed to be carrying Maduro was en route to Metropolitan Detention Center 6 hours ago and 9 minutes. It shows you going right by the Statue of Liberty. Okay. A flurry of local police and federal law enforcement were on site at a heliport in Manhattan, where Venezuelan President Nicolas Maduro arrived via helicopter. Helicopters were seen landing at the heliport, where a source confirmed Maduro was en route, after which a motorcade of black SUVs, police vehicles, and white vans cleared out of the area. after being taken to the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn. They said it will certainly be a change of lifestyle for a man who lived in the lap of luxury among millions and millions of dollars of what federal government alleges was misgotten gains from drug cartels, to a place that has long been criticized as a substandard jail facility in need of repair, better health conditions, better medical facilities, and so on. It will be, for President Maduro, a shock to the system. The couple was dragged from their bedroom during a large-scale operation by the U.S. military in Caracas overnight. Maduro is expected to be taken by helicopter to New York City, and he was. I'm going back and going through different updates. He is set to face drugs and weapons charges in Manhattan federal court next week. It's in the Southern District of New York. It's in the Manhattan court. He deboarded the plane after arriving at Stewart Air National Guard Base in New York. That's close to. I say this is what my son said. I said we could have been there alive. They captured the Venezuelan leader. He was seen wearing gray clothing and handcuffs while being escorted by more than a dozen federal agents. Then he was taken by helicopter. Let's see. Okay, let's see what we got here. There's a picture of Maduro wearing handcuffs and blackout goggles, so he can't see where he is when he's moving from point A to point B. Maduro is also shown wearing an inflatable life vest as well as earphones, which are meant to obstruct his hearing so he can't hear the conversations around him. Most notably, it's what appears to be a back of a Drug Enforcement Administration agent's raid jacket behind him. You can see where it says DEA. That means he is under arrest by U.S. Federal Law Enforcement Authority from the New York office of the DEA and being brought to that arraignment. So let's see what you guys are saying about this, if any of you are chiming in yet. Is anybody chiming in yet? Let me see here. What'd you say here? Hang on. Yes, Lorenzo went to the ball drop. Didn't you see my video? It's in the shorts. You can see him. He went there. He got there in the morning, and he was there throughout the whole thing, and he was up close, and his favorite act was Diana Ross, and he was right up there. Go look at my video. You'll see the video. He makes a cameo in the video as well. Yep, he made it through the whole thing. I can't believe I ate the whole thing. I don't understand. How can a country arrest the president of another country? Well, they can. They said, F around and find out. Yes, I know she did. I She commented on something else earlier. Yeah, we did hear from Chrissy. She was hospitalized. Her husband was. She said they're very lucky. They have a long road ahead of them. He ended up having a stroke as well. She wrote a big comment on one of the videos. She said she was going to try to pop in tonight, but of course I'm on such a late time of the night tonight because we got home so late. So, but yes, I saw that. I was happy to hear from her. Good news. And, I'll put a boot in your... You know that song, there was a song that was made after 9/11, Super Chat. What it was, Toby? Was it Toby Keith? Yeah. That song could be used again right now. You know, the one that says, we'll put a boot in your ass. It's the American way. Uncle Sam put your name at the top of his list. Yeah. Statue of Liberty started shaking her fist. The eagle will fly. There's going to be hell to pay. Certainly was the case. But, yeah. Do you know a third of the population of Venezuela had left because things were so bad? Yep. Shoot, what did I just do here? See, on November 2nd, the White House Chief of Staff said that land strikes in Venezuela would require the approval of Congress. If the president were to authorize some activity on land, then it's war. Then we need Congress. Days later, officials privately told members of Congress much the same thing, and they lacked the legal justification to support the attacks of any land targets. Just 2 months later, though what they thought couldn't be done was done, it launched a large-scale strike against Venezuela, captured its president, Nicolas Maduro, and he's going to face charges in the United States. And it launched this regime change effort without the approval of Congress. The president claimed he didn't need congressional authorization for land action, but people will differ on that, right? The mission is for now limited to removing Maduro, but as the president said, it did involve striking inside the country. The same circumstances, some say required authorization and it didn't have. The action likely falls within the president's inherent authority under Article 2 of the Constitution to protect the U.S. personnel from an actual or imminent attack. And then the vice president echoed that line and said a public service announcement for everyone saying this was illegal. Maduro has multiple indictments in the United States for narco-terrorism. You don't get to avoid justice for drug trafficking in the United States because you live in a palace in Caracas. At a later conference, Marco Rubio echoed the line that the military had been supporting a law enforcement function, but there are many people living in other countries that are under indictment in the United States. It is not the U.S. government's usual course to launch strikes on foreign countries to bring them to justice. Okay, let's see. So that is that. That is that. The people there are very happy, yes. They're partying in the streets. One said they can finally breathe and hope after 4 yeah, absolutely. It's a good day. It's a good day, Twisted. They were eating the zoo animals. Ugh. Terrible.
Hi.
Yeah.
Good night, I love you.
I love you.
Honey,
What?
did you do this right here?
Huh?
Can you shut that up a little while?
I'm going to be going up soon. Why don't you just shut it? I'm going to be going up soon. I can't keep my eyes. Huh?
Just shut it on your way, right? Right?
Okay.
Good night, I love you.
I love you. Okay, so yeah. It's a good day. Most consider it a good day. Yeah. So that's the way the cookie crumbles today. I don't know why I can't see. I'm going to do the word thing because I'm going to go to bed. I'm exhausted. I've got a lot of videos to post. A lot of videos to post. I don't even know how many of my videos went up because some of them are still loading. Let me see. I'm just going to take a little look-see. And I don't even remember getting my December award for this, for doing all of them. Oh boy. What is this? I can't figure this out. I'm not even in the right chat. I was supposed to be doing something else. Hold on a minute. I'm so tired, guys. I'm so tired. Let me see. I gotta go to sleep. I just want to see if my shorts showed up. They've got a Sights and Sound of New York City that's going to show you the Louis Vuitton building. That's already got a lot of views. Inside St. Patrick's Cathedral. You can see that one. That's almost a 3-minute video. We light a candle for Ray at St. Patrick's. Love at Tiffany's. G and Carolyn in New York City. Hello from Trump Tower. Those are the ones I have up so far. They're in the shorts. See what's going on. So anyway, I'm just going to do one of these. Okay, that's it, guys. I'm sorry. I have to go to bed. I am falling asleep. Seriously. Exhausted. I can't do anymore. Gotta go to sleep. Have to go to sleep. Luke conked out in the car. Michael tried to say goodbye to him. He couldn't even. He said, I touched his leg and everything. You're hoping to get out of the hospital on Monday. Thought it was going to be yesterday, but now it's maybe Monday. Oh, I hope so. I hope so. These people there. Yeah. Said they, after 4 terrifying years, yeah. Yep, twisted. Yes, yes, yes. Let me guess, Alan Jackson. Maybe, I don't know. I have no idea. But anyway, I love you guys. I will talk to you tomorrow. Everybody be good. I'm sorry, but I'm just so exhausted. Have a nice night. I'll talk to you tomorrow. I'll try. I might put up shorts while I'm laying in bed. I don't know, okay? But I love you guys. Take care out, and I'll see you tomorrow.